So today what we're going to do is we're going to work on the word problems. This is from section 3-4 that we talked about before that we were going to cover. I have a saying that you're going to use when you solve word problems. It's real, you'll notice off to the side, real individuals will solve correctly. See it? Kind of like the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally stuff that we've done in the past.
Wait, say on. You say and or on?
Sure. Tomatoes, tomatoes. It's okay. So for real, we're going to read the problem. All right. For individuals, we're going to identify and define unknowns with variables. Will stands for write the equation. Solve is solve and label the solution, and correctly is check it. So when you do word problems this year for me, this is what you're going to use. All right, and I'll have it in Schoology, but you also have a paper copy of it, so you can always have it next to you when you do word problems. All right, so let's take a look at the word problem. Okay, the first step was to read the problem. So let's read this one. It says, Nate is looking for a repair service for his cell phone. One service charges $75 to join the service and then $30 per hour. The other service charges $45 per hour. The question is, after how many hours of service is the total cost for the two services the same? So the first thing we needed to do is read the problem, which we did. The second thing that we needed to do is to do what? Define your variables. So I'm going to go x equals, what am I trying to find? The amount of what? Total of hours or the amount of numbers or amount of hours. Most of the time you find it in the last sentence of the word problem. So this is going to be number of hours. All right, so I defined my variables. What's the next step? We're going to write the equation. All right, now the key is this. They want to know the total cost for the two services when they're the same. Okay, so I'm going to have an equal sign in between. The first repair service is $75 like a fee, just to like send your cell phone in. And then it's $30 per hour. The other one, you don't have to pay anything to send it in, but it's $45 per hour. Okay, and you want to figure out which one's the better deal. That's essentially what you're trying to figure out. So let's say I'm going to solve this equation now. How do I solve it? That's correct. I'm going to subtract 30x. Notice how we're using all our algebra skills. Now, a lot of you have been solving these just with a table or your guess and check. That's fine, but I also want you to use algebra. All right. So 75 then equals 15x. And then what do I do? Divide by 15. That's correct because that's the number in front of x. So x gives me 5. Okay, and it's 5. We did 5 hours. Am I done? No. What does it ask me to do now? I'm going to check it. So I'm going to take the original problem. Great. So it checks. I know my answer is right. Now, help me out here, okay? what does the 5 hours mean? And how would that be important? What about the 5 hours? What's so magical about it?
One is less than the other up until.
Excellent. Yes. So let's say you are trying to figure out what cell phone plan to get, okay? And you guys all have insurance on your cell phone, right? In case you drop it or it falls in the toilet or something weird happens, because it happened to me and that's scary. Okay. So if you tend to be a person that loses their cell phone or breaks it easily, you pick one type of plan. And if you tend to be a person that it doesn't break, usually don't have very many issues, every 2 years, you know, it's still in pretty good working order, you might choose another service plan. So the first one, this one right here, 75 plus 30x, anything over 5 hours, you're probably going to pick that plan. Okay? At 5 hours, it doesn't matter what plan you choose. But the first one, you might want to pick that plan. That's going to be less expensive for you. The second one, 45x, that's only if it's under 5 hours of service. So like, let's say you don't break your cell phone very easily. It's just a one-time deal. That second plan is probably your best bet. But you break your cell phone a lot. You have issues with it all the time. You'd pick the first plan. So this is where it's helpful in everyday life. You need to know which plan is the best. You can use a table. You can use algebra. You can use several different processes. In this class, I want you to use your algebra. I want you to get kind of used to it. Okay. Now, for your homework assignment on this, what I'm going to have you do is, remember, it was on page 158. I want you to do 49 and 50 on a separate sheet of paper and hand it in. You'll do that for your assignment for today. And that's the one that we had talked about in the past. Okay.
Doing, Dylan. Get that back to your spot.